I think it's very difficult for bands to have fun today because it is so corporate driven. But there again, it's their own. The record companies have basically screwed themselves up their own behinds here because they sold everybody a white elephant in the CD. I mean, they pushed it over as being this wonderful, indestructible musical format that you can play forever, and you can scratch and you can do this and it'll play forever, and the music, it sounds better and everything. None of it was true. It doesn't sound as good as vinyl, and they last for 5 minutes. And we threw away an art form which was so much more than the record. We threw away the vinyl format, which was a complete, perfect art form. The size of the cover, it was perfect for art, and the covers themselves were works of art. And you used to think sometimes the covers were as important as the music. And the more living you used to do with those things, the more you pulled it in and out of the cover, and the more fingerprints you got on it, it was part of you. All you do with a CD, you just end up, you start with a nice pristine plastic box and you end up with a scratch plastic box. It's got no character whatsoever. There's none of you in it at all. And it's very sad, and the music industry has done this to themselves. And it seems to me that young bands, it's so difficult for them to fight back against this corporate monster that's been created. When we started, they didn't know anything about it. They thought, well, these guys seem to know what they're doing. Let's give them some money. And that's what they used to do. And it was amazing. Polygram was a mail order company. It was so stupid. It was insane. They didn't know how to sell records, really. It's all groundbreaking times. We could just go out and we could say, well, we've got this idea of doing it this way, and we want to start a record company. They just give you £1 million like that. Today you couldn't do that. Although if I was a really, really big time into the business today, I think I'd start a vinyl company and reproduce quality classical, rock albums with the covers as they were, because I still think it's such a great art form that's been lost. There's 1 million young kids that buy them, and they do these surveys. Of course, everything today is run by a survey, and they don't believe it. It's very, very sad. It's just stupid. And yet they've got these CDs, they're stuck in their own corner because they know that the CD package, the problem with it is if you can copy what's in between the grooves on it, which you can now, if you can just take that off and just copy it for nothing, why do you want to buy it? You can't add anything of value added to it. But with a vinyl, it's got much more to do with what else is in the package. You can't do that with a CD. The rest of it's flotsam. And it's very, very sad.